don't ask God for things when you're not willing to move your feet. You know what I'm saying? So because we want a lot of things in life, but sometimes are we willing to do what it takes to get the things that we desire? And so what happens is when we don't do those, the positions and the things and the places that we're supposed to occupy, they end up being vacant, empty, void. You know what I'm saying? When it's supposed to be habitated by your gift, by your talent. You know what I'm saying? You can't be worried about who's doing what. Just like you can go down the bread shelf. It's hundreds of breads companies on that bread shelf, but yet it's room enough for everybody on there. So sometimes people, we don't want to do things, or we think somebody else is doing it, or the market is oversaturated. That could be all factual, but at the end of the day, the market is void of you. You know what I'm saying? So what we don't want to do, we don't want to get into that place to where, we don't occupy spaces and things that we're supposed to occupy because of those different reasons. Regardless, God gave you those situations, those opportunities, those gifts, those talents for a reason, and you have to occupy that space, because still at the end of the day, only you can occupy, the space that God has given to you.
The B2S Podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today.
What up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success Podcast. Y'all know what it is, man. Where we teach you principles on how to live life by design and not by default. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. Also tonight, man, joined together with my co-host, my brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda. We got the 2 Live crew tonight. We missing our boy Alxndr on the night show.
Big facts.
We running the scene, we running the point, and the ones in the twos tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
We love you, bro. You know what I'm talking about. And make sure you support my bro by listening
Dumbo.
to that Dumbo.
On all streaming platforms. Go check it out, stream it, download it.
As they say in St. Louis, Irwa. And he got so much more coming, and you already know. Diamond Shine and North Cape is on the way. Coming straight from the house. I'm the next door neighbor.
Straight like that.
Straight like that.
Y'all, we just like to have fun, man. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, so how's the week going, man? What's good? You know, hump day, we always shoot on hump day, so.
Man, it's the midweek. It's like, Jesus, weekend coming. Yes.
Man, y'all, for if this is your first time tuning in, y'all know we actually pre-record our segments, based upon because of, we all got busy lives and schedules, so try to stay ahead of the curve a little bit. So by the time this here airs, Mother's Day will have come and gone. So we just want to wish everybody that will, when this airs, that we wasn't thinking about it in times past, a couple weeks back when we aired the previous episode. So might get it a little airtight late, but want to wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day.
Facts.
Or a belated happy Mother's Day, because by the time this airs, Mother's Day will be gone. But we want to let you know that we'll think about you.
Exactly.
And we appreciate everything you do and what you all represent, because we would not be here without you. So much mad respect and love to the mothers out there holding it down.
Big facts, man.
Yes, sir.
It's mothers are very special, man, and we definitely know ours was very special too.
Yep.
And so,
Most definitely.
yeah, man, it's one of them ones, man. It would be great to have her here. So, but the ones that are here, and even the ones your mom may not have been here. Our prayers are with you as well.
Yep.
It's for a lot of us, it's not an easy time for when it comes. No matter how much you try to pray out,
Right.
it's just one of them things that if it hit, just let it hit.
Yeah.
Just let it flow.
Yeah.
It's just you showing the love that you have for your mom, and even the possible intentional love that you would have loved to continue to pursue and go on with. So,
Right.
but be blessed. You still have purpose. You still have a lot of life in you to live. So, I think that would be one of the best things that they could even ask for us to do while we're still here, is just stay in our purpose and legacy. So.
Yep. That's it, man. That's it. So what's been going on, Dub? What's been going on in Dub's world?
Man, it's been so much. Just work, and then just getting everything gathered for the summer until the fall, because it's going to be like track style. Weekend. It's going to be crazy. So I'll be hitting the road again. And I'm recording, so you know what I'm saying. You got big bro perks, you know what I'm talking about. That's gonna. I got a summer banger coming for y'all.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, they gonna tear that up,
bro. That's gonna be one of the ones, man.
They gonna wreck that one. Yeah.
And
you and them too.
Yes.
Y'all about to start a riot.
Yes, in a fire. Don't touch, you might get burned. But I'm in my recording phase, planning phase, restructuring the company, getting some things together. Also, pushing Rick Reed album that is out right now, 316. Make sure y'all check that out, as well as Life After Death is available everywhere. And matter of fact, Okay has made it to 1 year old. 1 years old. So.
Oh, okay, man.
Bruh, time is.
Yeah.
I shot it last year around Cinco de Mayo, and that was like Friday.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be intentional to shoot it because of the type of record it is and the vibe. So check out Okay featuring Rick Reed. It's a dope video. We shot it in Miami and Cali. So a lot of people that seen the video, just like, which I was shocked. They was like, oh, let's see, the Miami or California. I was like, oh, so you know your places. I was like, okay, cool. So I had fun in both spots, man.
Yeah.
And then we're prepping for Rick Reed's videos as well right now. So getting a lot of promo campaign going on that. So just working, and then the compilation album. So we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And with events going on. So
Yeah.
it's just pretty much full go time. So I had last weekend a down, reset, relax, kind of chill type of weekend. So, and bro, it's just staying consistent and faithful, bro.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I could say, because this is what it's gonna take. And so, but other than that, all is well. I just thank God to be able to even be creative like I am, and just the ideas that He drops in, from merchandise to content.
Right.
And He just put people in my life to be able to give out what I need and just stay consistent in. So, bro, I have no complaints, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no complaints.
Yeah.
What's going on in your
that's
world?
What's up, man? Got some new opportunities coming up, man.
Prove
You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Cause I ain't the only one cooking. Like, we got another chef over here. You
Yeah,
heard
got
me?
a couple gigs this month. Had a couple gigs this month. Got some more coming up. And a couple of new opportunities presented itself. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
You know? So
That's what's up.
yeah, man, excited. You know, spring football on the way. We got the big show which you gonna be performing at. next weekend.
It's gonna be crazy.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
by the time this airs, this weekend's gonna be done past. So it's May 18th. And so that's gonna be a big ordeal, man. We excited about it.
I can't wait. I'm ready.
Yeah, we excited, man. The guys look good, man. The guys, man, just they don't even look like the same team, man. For us, just discipline, respect, just all around the board, man. They just don't even look like the same team. So so we really excited about do things. Gonna be able to do a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff off the field, with the kids, development, and things of that nature. So it's been going pretty good, man. We excited. So
I will say, bro, like what y'all doing is working.
It is.
A couple of the kids were at the LCA event that I had some weeks ago. So just for them to just want to come out on their own will, you know what I'm saying? Like that says a lot. Yeah. Because that's what you want. Yeah. You don't want to always just be having your blinders on and just focus football. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more to life than football. Right. Like you say, Right. The play of life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly, man.
You can't tell the opportunity when it comes. You just gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be ready when it gives. But that's funny. I just said that today.
Wise words from a brother I know across the table right now.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I said that today. I had him for a few minutes after practice, and that's one of the things. We was talking about. Well, basically, it was a little different format today. Yeah. And because Tim, we got him plugged in with FCA, so the devotion is supposed to be on Wednesdays, but he slid through yesterday. And so coach was like, well, you just run it tomorrow. So I was like, okay, no problem. Facts. And so I used I talked about building a foundation upon the rock. And so I just talked about what we're doing as far as building a foundation as a team, for generations to come. The thing that we're doing is building a foundation, not just for spring, even for the fall. Exactly. So cause boy, they putting them through it, boy.
I already know it.
When I say, man,
they going through the ringer.
We gonna be probably one of the best conditioned teams that come through Alxndr, cause I mean the condition that he putting them boys through, and they're responding though. That's the great thing. They're responding, and so no negative. Ain't really no negative. Nobody griping. Like they're like he's putting them through. And I say he putting them through the ringer, bro. Yeah. Like instead of just having them sitting on the sideline. I was like, hey, coach finna kill him. Because there are certain times where if you're not a part of that particular group and what's going on, you're on the sideline. You're like, nope, y'all run 2 laps right field. I say, dog, for that. But I said, well, we gonna be showing no condition.
For real.
But man, just excited about it. It's got some opportunities coming up, man, and even with them doing some more off the field stuff. So, and it's gonna be an interesting season, man. It's gonna be an interesting season.
I'm looking forward to see how they gonna be looking this year. Like, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait for the spring game.
It's gonna ooh, them boys gonna.
Yeah. Ooh, if you heard me.
Man, so it's gonna be one of them ones. This gonna be like the ultimate test kit.
Yep.
And so it's I'm excited for them, man. Just in general, just wanting to have that self-discipline and just really take heed to the coach advice and how he has them moving. And I think that's vital and important. That's what a mentor is for the most part. Yeah. A coach, a life coach. And there's certain plays in life you got to run to be conditioned for that you got to be self-disciplined in and ready for. Yeah. You have to be. So I just wish the best for them boys, man, because they're earning their keeps.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
So it's good, man. So, yeah, man. So we was mulling around some stuff before we actually started recording, and just want to just share with y'all tonight, man. Just encourage y'all to make sure that you're occupying the space that you're in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing to have gifts. It's one thing to have talents and abilities. It's one thing to ask God for certain things. And there's an old saying, I don't know if you ever heard this, bro, but it's an old saying don't ask God. Let me make sure I try to get this right. Don't ask God for things when you're not willing to move your feet. You know what I'm saying? So because we want a lot of things in life, but sometimes are we willing to do what it takes to get the things that we desire? And so what happens is when we don't do those, the positions and the things and the places that we're supposed to occupy, they end up being vacant.
Yes.
Empty, void, you know what I'm saying? When it's supposed to be habitated by your gift, by your talent, you know what I'm saying? You can't be worried about who's doing what. Just like you can go down the bread shelf. Yep. It's hundreds of breads, companies on that bread shelf, but yet it's room enough for everybody on there. So sometimes people, we don't want to do things because we think somebody else is doing it or the market is oversaturated. That can be all factual, but at the end of the day, the market is void of you. You know what I'm saying? So what we don't want to do, we don't want to get into that place to where, we don't occupy spaces and things that we're supposed to occupy because of those different reasons. Regardless, God gave you those situations, those opportunities, those gifts, those talents for a reason, and you have to occupy that space because still at the end of the day, only you can occupy, the space that God has given to you.
That's true, because even if you got the same type of bread, say wheat bread, there's still different ingredients. There are some ingredients that are the same, but yours is not going to taste like this right here.
That's good, yeah.
That's what's going to make you unique. So, you can have the butter bread, you can have the regular Merita, you got your Nature's Own, you know what I'm saying? You got all these different type of breads, but they also have different type of ingredients. Now, just like in life, there's one core ingredient, which is, in life that can help you move and pivot. But we have such a uniqueness about us as individuals that even if we're all in the same capacity, in the same field, or playing the same sport, or whatever the case may be, or making the same type of music for as genre, it's still different.
Right.
It still overflows. It's still something that they may have took and emulated, but they still made it their own.
Right.
So you have to learn where do you fit into where you can make it your own.
Right. That's good.
That's the importance. That's the importance of you. Like, you have to really fill that space in, because it's like it's not gonna fill itself.
Right.
It's useless. It's motionless. It's you're not in sync. There's a few other things that I've written down here as well. It's unoccupied. It's free. It's unfilled. Think about that for a moment. It's unfilled.
Right. That's good. That's good.
Are you willing to be the one to feel it?
Feel it. Yeah. That's good.
Feel, F-I-L-L or F-E-E-L. You know what I'm saying? Double entendre.
Okay, I see that.
Playing words. You feel me? So, like, for those of you, I had written down different types of examples. Blank, expressionless, unresponsive. That really between unresponsive and uninterested.
Ooh.
Because think about it, why are the spaces vacant?
Right.
It is because we're unresponsive and we're uninterested. Because either Sean made me feel this way, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. Or it's been such doubt and fear and unbelief that's been placed on me, I'm gonna just sit here and if it happens, oh well. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like woe is me type of mentality. But no, you was built for something greater than that. Right. You're not just meant to be unresponsive and uninterested and unfilled. Like we're supposed to fulfill the earth, man, with our purpose and with what we have going on. It's supposed to carry on for generations. Not just for you, not just for our family, not just for our kids. It's for everybody to use. So are you going to be a willing participant? Is the question. Right. That's good. That's the question.
Yeah. That's good, man. And it's like, and the crazy thing about it, man, is I'm listening to everything that you said with some great stuff. Is the the place of being unfulfilled. And I think so many people are unfulfilled because they're not feeling the space that they're supposed to feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that goes back to what you did when you played on the F-I-L-L and the F-E-E-L.
What we go to? Where does the first thing we're
You know what I'm saying?
I feel.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. You know, and it goes at the end of the day, no matter how you feel, your total fulfillment won't be at its highest peak because you're not fulfilling that vacant spot that you're supposed to feel.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? No matter, and it was my turn to preach last night. Now I talked about even if you have to do it afraid, you know what I'm saying? Because of the uncertainty and you don't know how it's going to. You never know how it's going to come out. Nobody wants to go into a situation thinking that they're going to fail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. I don't know not one person, but we get the motivation. Yeah, you got to fail for it. Yeah, that's after the fact. But nobody goes into a situation talking about, oh, boy, I'm finna fail big on this one.
Boy, you see the way I failed? I'm going to top that one next week.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But, bro, I love where you're going with that because think about it. You as a motivational speaker, me as a Christian hip-hop artist. We don't know what we're going to get taken away with. It's uncharted, unknown territory.
Yep.
So if we just go in with the fact of thinking, oh, snap, man, I can tell you the first time I ministered with Jamar when we did Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and I ain't got her. Boy, I had the bubble guts.
Not the bubble gut.
I had the bubble gut feeling. I got a feeling. Man, I was so nervous.
Tonight's not going to be
good. My stomach was way down there, bruh. Like, way down there. And
straight like that.
And it was because it's two reasons. There's a more of a nervousness with those that know you and you know them, that they're peeping out what you're doing,
right? Versus
going into total strangers. You have a little leeway with going into total strangers, but hey, boy, we see you, boy. hey, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like they know you, so they watching a little closer,
right?
But in actuality, man, it was just like the moment I stepped into what I knew I was meant to do and got in my zone, in my moment, all that just...
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I had to do that over and over and over and over. And I still do it. And to me, it's still a good thing because it keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble. And I know it's from a place of sincerity and a place where I want to do great.
Right.
It's not from a place of just, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm dope in this. Like, I think I'm dope. So it's just from a place of, I just want to do well. I never want to be, like you say, a failure, and especially in the representation of who I'm representing vertically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But you got to feel it. You got, listen, when God call you, answer.
Right.
You know, you the student, you in class. Michael, you here?
Right.
Michael? Okay. And then go on to the next, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just don't be that one to just not say anything
or
do anything.
Right.
So I think it's valid, bro. I think we're headed as a society. We need each and every one of you. We need y'all.
Right.
Like, for real.
Right.
Hands down.
Right.
We need y'all. Like, and there's other people that need you to help and to be able to see, because you're going to reach people I'm not going to reach.
Exactly.
There's a whole world out there, billions of people.
Right.
And we just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just encourage y'all, man, move forward in what God called you to do and what you're great at, and just like you say, do it afraid.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
Yeah, and two, I want to add this too is like make sure your motives are right.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying. And the reason I said that because I'm about to ask you a question. Well, because cause you've been in this game for like what 18 years now.
Yeah, 18.
18 years now, and so it's a lot of people you introduced me to that done fell back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying. So and some of it had it's motive.
Right.
So they came into the industry with the wrong motive, and so therefore they didn't last. You know what I'm saying? Because with the hip hop, the Christian hip hop industry, it's a very unique industry.
It is
in itself. So you can't come in there with the same responsive or mindset as the secular industry. So
right. You have to move different.
You got to move totally different in order to last. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you're supposed to fill that spot, no matter if it doesn't look like what you want it to look like or what you thought it was supposed to look like, if God created you, you're still going to be walking around the earth with a hole in yourself.
Yeah.
Because you like something is missing. Yeah, you were supposed to occupy that space.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter that you don't get paid as much as the secular artists. Don't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to get mistreated. Let's call it straight.
Bro.
Because unfortunately, that industry you get mistreated when you think you don't think you would. Mm-hmm. But however, it happens a lot.
There's only one race, and that's the human race.
You know what I'm saying?
That means ain't nobody is exempt.
Right.
Everybody's gonna get it.
I'm about to say everybody can get it.
Everybody.
Yo.
Bro.
So
Go ahead.
In lieu of having the right motive, like because you've been in that space for such a long time, like
right.
Why do you think and it's not just in that space, but what would you think, or why would you say that there's a lot of unoccupied spaces right now? I know we tapped on it a little bit, but just already. But just like if there's anything else that you can think of why people.
Well, it's a lot I can think of.
Oh,
it's a lot.
It's a bunch of voided spaces out here. Like you said, even with the way society is going, even like just for standing up right, fights break out, kids break out their phone instead of breaking up the fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And adults are doing the same thing. Something bad can be going on.
And they just like,
oh, hold on, let me put it like there's no privacy. Anything that they can get exposed can get it.
First thing they grab.
You know what I'm saying? So what's your take on that, man? As far as like what I said.
Oh man, it's quite a bit. Number one is not knowing who you are in Him. That's number uno, because your motives will always lead you to two places, either closer to Him or further away.
Yeah.
And if you're not locked down with Him before you step on stage, there's going to be a lot of heart checking, a lot of heart posture. But not just from a spiritual aspect, it's you got to put in the work. You got to have the discipline. You got to have the drive. You got to be ambitious. Like, are you willing to be uniquely you? A lot of artists come into the game instead of building a fan base and getting to know people and being used to minister to people. They're more concerned about rubbing elbows with the biggest next artist. So it's like your motives and your tax of what you think can work. If I could just get to this person, they'll change my life.
Right.
No, you got to do the work. I can get a feature with Cray, and Cray, I'll be introduced to his fan base and vice versa.
Right.
But what else is it going to do for me?
Right.
Does it get me more noticed out there? Yes. It's a good look.
Right.
But that's not what is going to sustain me to keep me here.
Right.
There's a huge difference.
Right.
Because you're going to always go to the next artist and you're going to look at them as numbers versus as people. And so that's why I say that's why I'm a builder, bro. Like, I build relationships. Because relationships is what sustain me. Relationships is what, hey, man, I got this dope opportunity I think it'd be perfect for. God laid you on my heart. Hey, you want to do it?
Right.
You're doggone skippy. boy.
Yeah, boy.
So, another thing. The B2S Podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition.
is a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
Another thing is, bro, it's just like not being confident in what they bring to the table.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
Because they're mimicking what works.
Right.
What looks dope. What is trending.
Right.
I don't follow trends. When I go into my recording mode, I don't listen to no music. Because when I want to connect with God and what He needs His people to hear. I already know sonically how music should sound.
Right. Right.
So once you got that intellect and that understanding, you're gonna be able to be a real true blank canvas to where you can be a leader and a trendsetter versus a follower. And so when you hear different music, it's like, dog, that is dope. That is stupid. It's like it's similar, but it's different.
Right.
It's just like it's like nature own, and then you got butter bread. They both taste good.
Right.
And just dang, I didn't know it could.
But it's different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, it just boils down from identity crisis, bro. I mean, that's what it really pinpoint. Because if you're comfortable in you don't care what people think or what you put out and how you put it out, as long as it's in excellence, it's quality. And when you have excellence and quality, people are going to listen to music.
Yeah.
People are going to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just focus on the quality and the excellence of putting out the music and how it's supposed to sound and how it's supposed to look.
Yeah. Yeah, and be honest with it too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I even on touching on that because I use that word a lot too, excellence, because that's actually become one of my favorite words because, you know, like I always say, it means one of the definitions means it's a first class experience. Yep. So what are people getting when they receive you? You know what I'm saying? Are you giving them a first class experience or are you giving them an average experience? So, you know, but the thing is excellence is I feel like is the old saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Excellence is in the eye of the beholder. And what I mean by that is you have to be excellent on the level that you are on. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go back and I listen to myself when I first started out speaking, that was excellent on that level. Yeah. But now that I am where I am, it doesn't seem like excellence because you don't hit that next level. And so sometimes like you may say, well, I don't have the money or the resources to make it sound like that or to make it do like that. Well, that's fine, but everybody had to start somewhere.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You ever seen that picture of when Amazon got started, it was like a little cubby hole. And look at it now. You know what I'm saying?
It's a huge, I mean, all over the world.
Billion-dollar corporation, multi-billion-dollar corporation. You know what I'm saying? And look at what we've started, you know?
Bro.
Even with, you know, the artistry, you know, just different things that we've had to learn, different skills that we develop, you know? So you don't want to get caught up with the Instagram fame and the social media fame and everybody's looking like they living their best life. But it's like, what is your best life where you are? And you mentioned about instead of people trying to build their fan base on authenticity and getting to know their fans, you know, they're looking to rub elbows with the next big artist. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because they think they're going to give them their big break.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's one of the biggest misconceptions in our field.
Yeah, and what I was thinking in that retrospect was, you said, they're looking for that artist to change their life, but it's like, no, you got to change your life. You know what I'm saying? They may be a part of the change, but at the end of the day, you are the primary subject in this equation.
Do you know why artists collab?
I would say it adds versatility, and then it also brings a partnership, and it depends upon what their motive is too.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? Because all these artists ain't beefing. It's a marketing ploy.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because when the clicks ain't clicking enough,
Mm-hmm.
They got to come up with something. So it ain't all beef. It ain't all like real beef. You know, I do know that much.
Yeah, and that's even on one side of it. Another side is because how you uniquely did you.
Yeah.
And the sound that you brought to what was a fresh breath of air.
Mm-hmm.
That's what connects other artists that wants to collab with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you think of Miles Minnick and Lecrae.
Yeah.
Miles Minnick went to a concert, Lecrae concert back then. Had an opportunity to chop it up with him, and he sold the seat into him. Like he wasn't looking for nothing in return. Just like, yo, this, that, and third. He believed wholeheartedly he's gonna be where he see Lecrae is at.
Right.
And look what
Right.
sold out shows. You know what I'm saying? So it's one motive. That's always. It has to be a pure motive at all times.
Right.
At all times. There's no here, there, hit or miss. No. It has to be at all times. If you want God to bless something that you consider to be excellent, then your motive has to be of excellence.
Right.
It has to. There's no skipping. So us as artists, bro, the way we're able to paint a blank canvas and to draw people into not only our world, but to give them something out of our world that they can take with them that they'll cherish forever. That's why we do what we do. It ain't just to get #1 singles, hits. Like, all of that comes from just consistency of putting out excellent music.
Right.
And you look at the Bizzle, you look at Miles Minnick, you look at a No Big Deal, you look at Indie Tribe, you look at Darren Minor. So you look at all these different artists that, because of their uniqueness and how they were so different,
Right.
and they weren't like what everything else sounds like.
Right.
That's how they get all these relationships built. And I also want to say this too. When it comes to occupying that space, really genuinely get to know people. Like, really build that relationship.
Yeah. It makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. Yeah. And I see it when mentoring these kids, man, and even with adults and stuff, it impacts, because, I vacillate from both crowds at times, but especially with these kids, man, because they're up against a lot, you know what I'm saying, but when people can rely on you, they trust you, and they really see the heart that you put into what you're doing, it makes a huge difference, man.
It does.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what you said, honesty, right?
Yeah.
So remember the young kid I was telling you about that I'm mentoring. He sent another revision of the record we did, and he's like, just let me know, how it sounds. You got plenty of time. It's like, okay, we're gonna have to work on this. I said, hey bro, can I suggest something? He's like, yeah, sure. I say, when you're making music, you only get you don't get a second chance to give off a first impression opportunity, right? So I say, when I hear this, I need to hear passion. I need to hear you not like it's kind of like reading off. Like, I could tell you're reading off. I said, you're so focused on the reading of it that you're not in the moment. So I said, hey, can we set up another meeting and I can kind of help you, and because you're gonna have to create a sound,
right,
sonically, because we got a lot of work to do.
Right.
But because of my honesty with him, he's like, hey, bro, when you coming back out to Colorado? I was like, well, when somebody book me. I said, that's really how it goes.
Right.
He's like, okay, cool. Well, man, when I get up enough money and I have my concert release, I want to have you out.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, cool.
Right.
I said, my honesty not only encouraged him to want to go back to the drawing board and do better,
Right.
but it also wants him to do more than just put
Right,
something out just for the sake of
right.
saying I look like I'm an artist.
Right. Right.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Right. And if you do, it's on your own term. But I'm not gonna
Right.
not say.
I'm not
nothing.
gonna co-sign that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're in a place of where there's a mutual relationship bonding that now you have to realize that anytime you approach something, you have to use this method every single time.
Yeah.
So now we're in a space of just me showing them how to sonically bring that. I say, do you have another engineer that you can work with? Like he has somebody he's working with. But I'm like, okay, you're gonna need to work with someone who really understands how to bring out what you need in order for it to be I don't want to say tolerable, but that it will be the it factor.
Yeah.
Like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
like you want that because you're giving people your all, and you want to show them that you're not cheating them by just giving them whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the importance of honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a way to say it without hurting somebody's feelings or making them feel like, well, I don't think I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is something he's passionate about, and this will test the times in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. The test will show you what you're really capable of and what you built for.
Mm-hmm.
But are you willing to put in the reps
Mm-hmm.
to get the strength and to get into the place where you need to be, to where no matter what comes your way, you won't waver.
Right.
You gotta have alligators, crocodile, thick skin in this game.
Right.
Cause man, you don't want to quit.
That's anything.
That's
you know,
in anything. You know what I'm saying?
Everything have its challenges, you know, and if you built for it, you built for it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, if you're not built for it, make sure that it's coming from an honest place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we do have to check our motive. Did I get into this for the right reason? Am I built for this? Am I made for this? Was I created for this, or did I just hop on something because it seemed like it was the right thing to do?
Exactly.
You know?
Remember when I said I was moving up in the hospital?
Yeah.
Into this certain department, and Miss Georgette, such a sweet lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was just encouraging me to like do it. You're single. You're not married. You have time, and it's early. So, and she's Russian. So, but the thing she was telling me was so encouraging. She was like, "You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
If I can do it," and I had to learn English, learn how to write before I even tapped into what I was coming for.
Right.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
And when you create that kind of space and environment for another individual,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you can conquer the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You just have to surround yourself with a lot of Georgettes and Jovettes. And so after we had our conversation, she emphasizing like, if this is something you don't see yourself not wanting to do, and it's just because of money, then this might not be for you. Honesty.
Right.
And she said, but when I see you, you're already over halfway there because you have a great personality. You're great with people.
Mm-hmm.
That's half of the battle.
Right.
And she's like, when I see that, you should do it. Do it. Matter of fact, you're going to do it. Like, okay, I'm scared.
You gonna do this.
But it shows you that, man, when in your uniqueness and you be in the moment and present,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's limitless.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good that she said that, man, because I feel like it's like so many people, like everything is don't misunderstand what I'm about to say, because money is important, but it's just
Right.
like that is the end all tell all, buck stop here type deal. That's what we're living in right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like, you know, I always, because I'm around sports all the time, so it's just like with this transfer portal, man, these kids ain't learning nothing. They get in there and they get stuck, and you had a full ride opportunity, and then you want to submit yourself to the transfer portal, and then you don't know if you're going to, because sometimes they get in there, they're looking to have something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then you end up in there, you getting stuck.
Let me ask you something. Also with this transfer portal, right? Because I was looking at something where they was talking about Brandon James, and by him, I'm guessing wanted to go to the NBA and to the draft. This kind of also negates the amount he would have gotten if he stayed, because they were showing different levels of how much he lost compared to how much he could have had if he stayed. So when these, I'm gonna stick with college football because it seems like that's the most consistent when it comes to the NIL and the portals. Does the pricing change when they go to the transfer portal of another school? So let's say, for example, let's say they give you $4 million to Colorado, and you only stay for 1 year. Now you want to go over here. So what happens to that NIL money with that college and that opportunity with the scholarship?
That is I'm not 1,000% sure, but you know what I'm saying. Obviously, there have to be some type of regulation, because if not, usually those type of guys, if they're leaving for a higher amount, then they've already worked that out. So I'm quite sure they ain't losing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it all depends upon, you know, upon their situation too. You know what I'm saying? So that's more of a detailed question that actually needs to be answered from somebody in that space.
Yeah,
so
I've been thinking about that too, because I'm like, not only you could be losing out on money, but let's say if you do gain money, you don't lose out, and it's a bigger deal. You're still not guaranteed a starting position.
Yeah, because you got to look at the one kid, I forgot which one, he's second string quarterback, and I think he's making like $2 million a year on the NIL deal. I can't remember which one it was. But, yeah, he had the school sitting on the bench making racks. I just read that not too long ago. So, yeah, you know, but they do it, you know. They do it. But that goes to show that, you know, even in this conversation is you know, that's an opportunity taken. And so hopefully the kids got, you know, they're putting pad to the pen outside of football and saying, hey, if this don't work out, I can take this money and, man, I'm making more money than the average person of making 20 years in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back to filling that void. You know what I'm saying? It goes right back to that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you've done something for so long, and that's what happened with a lot of athletes or people that stay in a career for so long and don't know how to switch gears.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, you still have to be, or I ain't gonna say be, but you still have to know enough about yourself to understand that when it's time to make that shift.
Right.
You got to make that shift. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, where was your antennas? Like at some point, the antenna should have been up. Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't live in this facade that this is going to always be this way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, there's different spaces that we'll occupy throughout the course of time. And sometimes it's like I always say, it's like, you know, when you know, because, you know, dealing with transformation and shifting is just always got to go back to this. It's like when I learned how to drive a stick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do I know when to change gears?
Exactly.
The sound is different. So when that sound hits that certain point, you know, okay, now it's time for me to shift gear because it done hit its high, it done reached its peak. Yeah, so now I got to hit that gear. So you got to know when you reach your peak, whether it's in that career, whether it's in the unfulfilled relationship, you know, and things of that nature. So, but when you're talking about marriage, these are things that you have to compromise and be able to work on, because they're going to be different seasons of your life. Right. You may not be on the same page. You know, somebody may be growing a little bit faster than the next one, or somebody may be maturing a little bit faster than the next one. You know, be simple. It ain't just for you to just throw in the towel. So I wanted to put that disclaimer out there.
Exactly.
You know, oh man, he said, you know, no. When you're married, your responsibilities and requirements are different.
Yes.
So that means your level of commitment, dedication, and also fortitude is different.
Which has to be top priority.
Which exactly. You know what I'm saying? So now I realistically, people just want to, oh, I'm done. You know, no, you got to work. Just like, you know, my wife, you know, we're both older. You know, both tastes have changed. Both responsibilities have changed. Both, you know, different things have changed. You know what I'm saying? So we've had to learn how to adapt to that.
Yeah.
You know, I've had to change in places where I didn't want to change in places. There's places that she had to change where she didn't want to change it. Right. But guess what? If we did not occupy those voided spaces, then we would have been divorced a long time ago. Because those spaces were void because we didn't want to change.
Which brings the next question. What is it that you are cultivating in your life that can raise the quality of your life?
That's a great question. And that's why I'm gonna say this. What I'm cultivating is always putting myself in a position. Because see, if you don't put, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna finish it. Because if you don't put yourself in position, you never know what could be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you can say
you got to
X, Y, Z. You can say X, Y, Z. I'm gonna do it. No, but so what I'm always positioning myself for growth. So even when I don't want to do it because I position myself for growth. If that is what she needs from me, then I have to be willing to give it.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't position myself for growth, because when I look back over the years, I look at those times where I was stubborn and I didn't do it because I didn't want to do it, but it was something that would have benefited her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm in a better space, in a mature space, now because it pleases her, at the end of the day, this is what we're going to do.
Exactly.
So that's positioning myself for growth. So even though I don't want to do it, but because I position myself for growth, because the growth is meaning I'm going to connect myself with her in this voided space.
Exactly.
Because that space is void because she's there, but it's still voided because it's not complete until I'm there.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
That it's still void, even though it's been, because the purpose for that space is for both of us to be there. So when we're looking at the voided space, we also got to look at the purpose of that space. So now we're talking about relationships just in this moment. So now I'm giving relationship advice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a filled space, but it's partially filled because in order for it to be complete, both of us got to be there. So and now
both have to be interested in wanting to be there.
You know exactly. Even though the interests are different, because she wants to be there because she wants to be there. That's what she wants. I'm there because that's what she wants. Even though it's not what I want, but because I want what she wants, which is happiness, I'm going to help fill that other side of the space. But the immature Mike said, you know what? I don't want to do that, so I ain't fit to do it. Now that didn't happen often.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I can bat 100%, why not? And I chose not to bat 100%.
And that in itself is a whole nother breakdown.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because you gotta look at the basics. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a person that owns property and you rent property and you're constantly having vacancy problems, then it may not be the actual. This is different. This is next level. I got to say, this is next level.
Go on,
it may not be the tenant.
Fact.
It's you. Because you keep putting the wrong tenant in the building. But we want to say the tenants ain't no good. You see what I'm saying? See that that's that level talk.
That right, coach?
You know what I'm saying? Because if you had constantly have a turnover, at some point, you might, am I picking the wrong people? So even in a relationship, if you got a lot of turnover in your relationship,
bro,
am I it might not be them, it might be you.
And even like that in the NBA, you know what I'm saying? When you look at players and coaches, it's just like, this team sucks. Yes, the coaching has to be better, but there's also accountability in the side of the players that they need to know that they need to do better and hold themselves accountable.
Bro,
but the coach always gets the butt end.
You know what I'm
the short
saying?
end of the stick.
Yep.
And it's just like, it ain't always the coach.
Right.
It's not.
Right. Exactly.
We have to make some changes. We got to make some adjustments on
Yeah.
both ends.
Yeah. And when you look at life and the spectrum of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just that example right there, it says that's a very interesting field, and along with some other fields, because you got to look at them. These guys making way more money than you, but yet you're their coach.
Mm.
Yeah, look at that.
That makes sense.
That is you have to be a gifted individual, a well-rounded individual to be able to have a career in a space like that.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's a level of humility that you have to have in that space, because a player can easily buck the system and say, well, look where I'm at.
Yeah.
And look how much I'm making.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
I'm that guy.
you know what I'm saying? So and I said that to say this. So and this is just my hindsight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, what makes a person in a situation like that successful is what we're talking about. They're able to fill a void. So even if even if it's to the point to where you're not being productive in the wins and losses column,
Right.
but you probably that guy that's still getting phone calls from those coaches because of the impact that you had upon their life.
Mm-hmm.
So you coming in there and you're filling a void that's needed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Exactly.
you didn't get the X's and O's right.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you came in and made a difference and transformed some lives in that area.
Exactly.
Now you want the X's and O's because that goes into creating wins and losses.
Exactly.
And you want to be more in the win sport. But when you're in situations where you're on the same playing field or in a place where you could be intimidated by certain things, you got to understand that you feel a void that is.
So what are your X's and O's?
What are my X's in regards to?
Oh, no, I'm just saying in general for
Oh,
the people.
Yeah.
What are your
Yeah.
X's and O's?
Yeah.
What is it in life? What kind of play that you have to formulate in your playbook that can actually raise the quality of your life
Yeah.
and get you more wins in your life?
That's good. Yeah.
What is your X and O's?
Yeah.
You have to figure it out. You
Gotta
have to
figure it
tap
out.
in
Gotta tap
to that
in.
space that is vacant to figure out.
Yeah.
Even if it don't work, there's a million other ways
Yeah.
you can simplify
Mhm.
that certain play.
Yeah.
Because there's some good of that play that you're like, okay, there's something here I can work with. I just got to figure out how can I make it golden.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it, man. Because like I said, for me, I'm always gonna try to position myself for growth, and that's gonna always be the birth of my foundation.
That's it.
That's gonna be my foundation.
And I truly wholeheartedly believe we're gonna be where we supposed to be and what we need to be and what we desire to be, because we're just too persistent and consistent, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I look at the ETs, the Steve Harveys, the Jerry Rices, the Joe Montanas, when you look at classic players, when you look at modern players like Anthony Edwards with the Timberwolves, you know what I'm saying? You see their potential and where they at, and they hitting the mark every time.
Yeah.
So when you have examples like that,
Bro,
you can't tell me that it's not possible.
Bro, I didn't even know who Anthony Edwards was, because when I was talking with one of the kids, I was like, well, who your favorite player? They were like, Anthony Edwards. I'm like, Anthony Edwards, who's that?
Exactly.
Because I don't really
I
watch
just got him
basketball
on
like that
this
no
year.
more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and I saw some highlights on Instagram. I'm like, oh,
He bad.
that's Anthony Edwards.
Right.
That dude on some whole nother stuff, right?
And that fadeaway he did in game 2, Man, and game one,
Man.
Jordan to the T.
Yeah. Henceforth, all the memes.
Exactly. Internet is undefeated. By the way.
Yo. Yeah.
But and it's just like, I want people to also focus and just really look within themselves. Are you willing to give God the spare key to your heart and to the places that you don't want him to go because of what you have to do on your behalf to clean that closet or that room out just so he can take space so that void can be filled?
Right.
Are you willing to give him the spare key? Let him come in when he needs to, clean house, do what you need to do the work. Don't be afraid to do the work. Because it's going to be more costly when you don't do the work.
Right. And there you have it, folks. I'm telling you, man, like when God created you, he broke the mold, and everything that is in you and about you is for a reason, you know. And
Exactly.
so the spaces that are in this earth that you were created to fill, you got to fill them, you know, because at the end of the day, yes, other people can do it, but at the end of the day, where does that leave you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because the truth be told, we feel empty. When there's a sense of emptiness that we just walking around like we missing something, you are, because there's a space that only you can feel. I don't care if it's 1,000 people doing the same thing that you may have a desire to do, or you know what I'm saying, or trying to figure something. At the end of the day, there's still a space that you can only feel.
And it's going to be something that's going to be different that they didn't do.
Exactly. It's going to be something that you do that they didn't do. It's going to, like you said, same bread, different ingredients.
That's it.
Different company, different name,
That's
different
it.
vision, different goal, but it's the same product.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Aha.
Same product, different goal, different vision, different ingredients. So that describes you. So
Big facts.
yeah. So what you want to leave with the folks tonight, man? I think we done had it all out, man. You got something else you want to share before we get up out of here?
Man, bro.
Just some nuggets dropped tonight, man.
Yeah, and I am very happy.
You know? And
I would say this. Make sure you're in a place to where when you ask God to show up, that you are present in the space that you're asking him to show up in.
get out my head, bro. We probably looking at the same thing.
I bet.
As well.
Because, bro, we've asked God to show up in places where we've checked out, man.
Right.
He trying to show up, but you done locked him out.
Right. You are not welcome here.
Get out. Just make sure you're there and present in the moment when you ask him to show up.
Yeah.
So that way you're gonna have to be the one to open the door, let him in of your heart.
Yeah.
And rearrange, do some spring cleaning.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's time.
That's all I got.
That's it. We ain't got nothing else to say. We gonna end that on that note because obviously we was on the same page because I know where he was reading from. I know exactly where he's reading from. So ain't nothing else to be said.
That's it.
Just make sure you ain't checked out what God checked in.
That part.
And we gonna say that, man. We gonna get up out of here. We thank y'all for tuning in with us on tonight, man. We hope you got some nuggets to kind of help you along on your journey. Once again, y'all know how we like to end the segment. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.